Well, 24 hours have gone by and the person who had placed the bomb over here has still not been identified by the Delhi police. I'll just try and show you around in the visuals over here, the area in which the bomb blast happened. This is the area where the bomb blast happened, and if you look around from this entire area, on the other side are the eateries that are lined up over here, as you have been mentioning. Now all these shops are closed at this very point. Now remember, the impact was, this entire blast was such that there are broken windows that can be seen on the other side of the road as well. Now what Delhi police sources are telling us, that in the investigation that they have done, or through the CCTV footage that they have been able to go through at this point in time, 3 people can be seen as suspects or have been identified as people of interest. One of them was a person who was seen at this very spot on Saturday night at approximately 10:30, 11 p.m. in the night. He was seen at this very spot, he waited at this spot and then went away from here. That person has not been identified at this point in time. Apart from that, 2 other people who were also seen in and around this entire area having suspicion movement. Now in the CCTV footages that have been gone through by the Delhi police at this point in time, these 3 people are being said as the persons of interest. However, the identification of either of these 3 people have still not happened, and the person or the perpetrator of this entire crime has still not been identified by the Delhi police. Once the investigation was taken over by the Delhi police, or started by Delhi police yesterday, there was one person who was initially interrogated by them, and then eventually he was allowed to let go of as well. So definitely at this point in time, there is no substantial evidence that the Delhi police, or for that matter any other agency, be it the NSG or the CRPF, have been able to pinpoint as to who could be the person who might be behind this attack. Yes, there are different theories that are being looked into at this point in time as to what could be the reason for using a bomb which had actually such a high radius of impact that shops which are approximately 20 to 30 meters away from this spot, they have been impacted. But interestingly, in these bombs, there sharp objects, no sharpnels, no broken glass material that was put over here, because generally in bombs or IEDs that are used, such materials are being put into the bomb so that the entire bomb becomes more potent, so that once the explosion happens, then these objects, sharpnels and other things could actually go ahead and hurt people, and the impact of that blast could increase. But interestingly, in this explosion, there has been no sort of sharpnels or any other sharp objects that have been used. So was this entire blast done just to give some sort of a message, is something that is being investigated. Apart from this, another thing that is being looked into is the Khalistani angle. Remember, one of the channels on Telegram in fact had posted this, that this entire incident has been done by Khalistani supporters, because the manner in which the attacks are happening on Khalistanis across the world, they wanted to give this message that Khalistanis are much closer to the Indian agencies that they expect. Now, if I could just show you over here, just moments ago, a team of CRPF had come over here. Remember, CRPF have this expertise when it comes to looking into IED blast, because they are the people who are operating in places like Dantewada and other places in Chhattisgarh where there is a massive moist impact and there is a lot of IEDs that are being used. So over here, there is also, it is being said that IEDs were used, and hence a team of CRPF had come up over here. They have monitored the entire location over here. They have measured the size of impact that the bomb blast has made. Somewhere or the other, they will try to figure out as to what is the quantity of explosives that were used over here, and what kind of explosive was also used over here. Was it a highly technical IED, or was it an IED that could have been made by anyone, is something that the CRPF will come out with. But at this point in time, as the investigation is going ahead, the biggest issue is that the person who had placed the bomb over here has still not been identified, and hence the reason why this blast took place on a Sunday morning at 7:30 a.m. is still not very clear. Well, this entire spot was actually closed by the Delhi police for more than 12 to 13 hours yesterday itself. It is only at approximately 7:30 to 8 p.m. in the evening yesterday that this crime scene was opened and the barricades were removed from this entire area. So during that period of 12 to 13 hours, agencies like CRPF, NSG and the Delhi police, the FSL of the Delhi police, have all visited the spot and have collected evidences from on ground over here. Now the team of CRPF that had come over here, they had just come up over here to measure the impact the impact of this entire crime scene, or the impact of bombs that were used over here. Now, as we were speaking up of the scene being opened, police officers have now reached over here. They are trying to get the media away from the crime spot. But yes, as we speak, most of the evidences have already been collected from this entire area. The team of CRPF that had come up over here, they had just come up to measure the impact of this entire incident, and how much explosive was used, so that such a massive hole can actually be made over here. This is something that has been measured by the CRPF at this point in time. Definitely, investigation is going on from different angles in this entire matter, but the first focus of all these investigating agencies is to actually make sure that the person who had placed the bomb over here, that can be identified. More than 24 hours have elapsed. There still is no clarity as to who was the person who had placed this bomb over here, and at what time was this bomb placed over here.